Alright, let's talk to the crypto fascist.
Hello, I'm Gary. Very generous of you to help us out, officer.
I want to beat the shit out of him.
Yellow man. I mean, officer.
Bro! Bro! I'm gonna kick the shit out of
The
him.
lieutenant raises his eyebrows slightly and takes out his notebook. Yellow man. Interesting. This is something to ask him about after a little probe.
Oh, I forgot we had stat to upgrade too.
I'm just waiting for my friend Morel to finish up with his insect traps so we can return to civilization.
Not a lover of the great outdoors?
I like nature, just not this bloody coast. It's mostly drunks and degenerates that come here.
Degenerates?
Degenerates. This man respects authority too much. To see the truth inscribed upon thine own visage. Pretend thou art a paragon of virtue.
Let's lie. I'm neither of those things.
I've been tempted on occasion, but someone has to stay strong for Revacol.
His gaze shifts to the pile of soggy logs at his feet.
He pronounces Revacol with a hard K, unlike other people.
Oh, I forgot I had the mug. You said Revacol?
I like to pronounce it the hard way, the old way, the Vespertine way.
Oh, Christ, yeah, he's returned with a V.
Trying to relay some hidden message, inviting you to mispronounce it too, perhaps. It's odd. It's a secret rite, a very fringe nationalist handshake.
2 skill points now. Alright, Are you a cryptozoologist too?
No. I help Morel with research sometimes, and I've learned some things along the way. But I don't usually go in for picnics like this on my own.
After all this time with Morel, he must have an opinion on cryptids. This could lead to a good one.
I'm into cryptids. Do you have a favorite?
Oh, yes, the burning rhino. Morel doubts he's real, but I don't much care, because I won't be the one looking for him out in Safra Serai.
What's a burning
A
rhino?
rhinoceros that looks ordinary during the day, but burns brightly by night. Well, at least the males do.
Why only the
The
males?
flames are not just for decoration. They are an integral part of the beast's mating behavior.
How so?
During the burning rhino's mating season, herds of male rhinos, all aflame, encircle herds of female rhinos, forming a fiery ring as they begin to copulate loudly.
Well, that's kind of messy.
Local peasants call it the passion ring. They fear the rhinos, as perhaps they should. Anyway,
The lieutenant sighs without looking up from his notes.
Yeah,
It's clear the burning
guy sucks.
rhino is dear to him on many levels, some even spiritual.
how do they burn?
they have special ducts just above their shoulder blades that secrete a combustible fluid. When the rhino is just beginning to light itself, it looks as though it has wings of fire.
But how is this combustible fluid lit?
Okay, well, how does the lighting of this fluid actually work?
The rhino starts running very fast to build heat, then stops, raises its head, and sparks fly from its neck, setting its back ablaze.
That seems unlikely.
Yeah, well, Revacol used to be a flaming rhino once, a long time ago. That seems unlikely too, doesn't it?
What?
Super solid argument, Gary. Can't argue with that.
You were surprised to see my colleague, Lieutenant Kitsuragi.
Not many Sealites here, or anywhere, other than Sail. I meant no offense, truly.
The lieutenant's a native of Revachol.
Oh, yes, of course he is. I was just speaking about his connections. Let's change the subject, okay?
Bruh.
Sounds like some conspiracy topic. You might be able to discuss it with him when the lieutenant isn't here, if you can remember it.
I'd rather not. Do you know anything about the man hanging behind the whirling in rags?
Oh, so that's what the RCM in Martinez is about. Great. Great to hear someone's finally taking care of that.
So you do know something about it?
No, no. Nothing. He was some kind of mercenary. But everyone here knows that. I'm just glad to hear you're looking into it. That's all.
Sure.
He's not feeling very comfy in his clothes, is he? Strange.
Ooh.
He didn't kill him or anything, but there's something going on here.
This your mug?
My mug? Why would you think that?
His eyes widen at the sight of the mug. He's seen it before, all right?
Uh-huh. You said yellow, man. That's not something many people go around saying.
Really? I hear it all the time. All in jest, of course. No offense meant to anyone.
Still seems suspicious that I mentioned the mug was found at the scene of a lynching.
Okay, I admit it. I threw the mug away in the trash container behind the hostel. I know I shouldn't have, and I am very sorry, officer.
He pauses.
You're not going to find me, are you?
No, Gary, I just want information.
Whew. Thank you. You won't regret this. I won't use another man's property to dump my garbage ever again.
I wouldn't have minded stealing money from him, but I feel like it's
I don't
gonna
know what got into me.
cut off any progress.
Work has been stressful lately. Damn Koiko's price dumping us out of competition.
Koikos?
What did you do, Gary?
Nothing. Nothing. Just answering some questions. Helping out the law.
Alright, how'd you get into the trash
I
container?
know a guy who works with the trash collection services. CS Municipal. He gave me a master key for the trash containers of Martinez.
Why would you need to get into everyone's trash?
So I can use the Whirling's trash compactor to store my own stuff. Garbage disposal is expensive as hell. The damn Bohemians run it like a mob.
Oh, that's a little more racism.
Sorry, okay? I thought I could cut costs. I shouldn't have. I shouldn't have disgraced myself.
Disgraced? No need for the histrionic, sir. It was, after all, just a trash container.
He studies his reaction. Gary doesn't answer.
Alright. Gary, did you put the clothes of a murder victim, the man who was hanging behind the whirling rags, into that trash container?
Officer, please, let me explain. It's not like that.
Oh, by all means,
I
do.
was only cleaning up. I live right across the yard from where he was hanged, and I saw him stripped naked. All the clothes lying around in the yard, smelling. People are animals, you know?
Ugh. Okay, well then what
I
happened?
came out to clean up the rags because no one else would. I put them into the Whirling's trash, along with a broken mug, admittedly.
He changes his mind mid-sentence.
Okay. I was coming to throw the mug away, and, well, I threw the mug there and the clothes too.
Right. It was just civic duty.
The lieutenant remarks drolly.
Exactly. That's exactly what it was. Civic duty.
As he shifts uncomfortably, a series of clicks, like the clinking of glass beads against one another as they roll across a hardwood floor. You've heard this sound before. But where?
He's wearing part of the armor. Alright. You wouldn't know anything about the victim's missing armor, would you?
No. I mean, yes. Of course. I know he was wearing armor, but I don't know anything about it.
An infant could see he's not telling the truth, but he's too scared to admit more wrongdoing. There's something going on here. You should observe him more closely after this topic is concluded.
Alright, what's that strange sound?
What sound?
The clicking I heard when you just moved.
Really?
He fans his arms out slowly, and this time, his motions are
There's lots
soundless.
of weird stuff out here in the reeds, though. Insects, trash. Could be the wind shifting some garbage nearby.
The sound you heard was not the sound of something easily abandoned.
Let's move on for now.
I hope I could help your investigation in my small way.
It's a white one, so I'm gonna go for it.
Is he? He's looking comfortable enough. Maybe it was just beads. Sounded like beads. But what kind of beads might a man like Gary be hiding beneath his clothes?
Prayer bead seems the one he'd be at least mad at me for suggesting.
I don't pray, officer. Faith in non-existent helpers is a sign of weakness, not for proper Revicolian men such as ourselves.
Well, thank you for your cooperation. Alright, we're coming up on an ad, so I'm gonna pause for a second, and then we'll come back, dump the points, and take a look around. But alright, so full disclosure, I have seen someone encounter the phasmid before, so I know it's possible, but it was in the background, and I was kind of half paying attention, and it was also like 2 or 3 months ago, so I do not remember any of the stat circumstances or any other leading up things to it, so I will be trying to, but we're playing it by ear. Let me look at this stuff. Isagi logs smell of ignition fluids, but they won't light up. Tiny cages, carefully constructed. Oh wait, what was that? We didn't really look into this yet either, I don't think. Oh, that's right, we have levels to pick up too. Did you ever wish Hamdo was a real place? Oh, yeah, I fucking hate this guy. It's almost possible to get a fire going this near the ocean. Okay, we got stats to drop real quick, so... They mentioned electrochemistry, which I feel would be important. I think, like, conceptualization, understand creativity, and see art in the world. Or perception. Probably perception. Well, I know I need to buff visual calculus to try that one thing again. And I'll do one for electrochemistry for now. I think we'll keep dropping. I mean, we got a pretty good perception, but I think I might dump some more into that. To try and help my chances. Maybe shiver. Well, I was going to do shivers as well. Okay. Let me see if I can't recheck the bullet thing. Yeah, I'm probably only going to do a little bit more before we call it a night. Right around was it? Was it? Or no, it was south and around. Oh, I didn't see those people there when we first came through. But yeah, we check the bullet spot again. I do want to get the art done tonight too, because otherwise I'm going to forget that was a thing.
A scattering of bullet holes is
Correct. Meaning, this is a lot of bullet holes. Looks like fully automatic, right?
The lieutenant also nods. It is
We're
quite
nodding?
easy.
Okay.
The two of you, the lieutenant
Keep
is
nodding.
nodding so hard it looks like his head is about to snap off. His
Don't stop nodding. Sorry, I didn't mean...
lieutenant matches your nodding pace.
I didn't think this was going to be a different
Professional.
interaction thing.
The nodding's reaching critical mass. You can't take this much longer, Captain.
Keep nodding, goddammit. Stay the
A
course.
small bead of sweat runs down the side of the lieutenant.
This is so goofy.
As he maintains his nodding. It's too much. You can feel your vertebrae starting to crack, your muscles groaning.
One last nod.
As the lieutenant takes out her handkerchief and softly taps the sweat off his temple, a faint crack echoes through the coast. Abort! Abort! No. Shit, it's too late.
Oh shit, fuck hell.
Busted the neck, did you? Glad I stopped when I did. My neck was really starting to hurt. Don't worry, little man. Now, we should get going.
Alright. Let's roll it again.
A row of ghostly shades
Oh, cool.
stand facing the wall. There are many.
Oh, it was an execution.
Dozen at least. The heads lowered and eyes blindfolded. It's quiet. No sound. No movement. 10 meters away, other shades are lined up in an orderly manner. Automatic rifles primed. A gust of wind blows by. The coats of the firing squad flap slowly in the breeze. A single person stands on the side. The sun blazes high up in the sky, baking the planks, the sand, your skin. The order was carried out in the afternoon. A long time has passed since the moment of this fusillading. Rain and brine have since washed all the blood away. Not a trace remains.
What is this?
The abundance of bullet holes leads to two options. Either an inordinate amount of executions were performed here, or they did not use a conscience round, where only one soldier has the loaded rifle. Looks like this was a mass execution with everyone fully armed.
Look at the people against the wall.
A host of
Pardon me.
probably in everyday clothes, ragged from the conflict and covered in dust. They were not sitting, a common practice for executions in some nations, as demonstrated by the height level of the bullet holes. They stand, facing the wall. It's impossible to discern any details about their personality.
Oh, the cowards didn't even stare them down. Fuck these cunts.
7 men in combat uniforms and
I gotta stop throwing that around as much, but...
automatic rifles aimed at the people. Soldiers from some side, but from which one?
That is also a good question. Look at the person standing on the side.
The commandant, the one who gives the order. Machine gun fire crackling through the air. The lights of the muzzle flashes dancing on his face.
Kim, who was who in this execution?
I don't know. I don't know who died here, lined up beside that horrible wall. It could have been any of the parties involved in the revolution. Perhaps the ones executed here were the loyalist conservatives, killed by the communists at the start of the Civil War.
Also possibly
It could
true.
have been the communists, put to death during the last...
See, I was under the assumption that it was the coalition.
It could even have been
doing the murders.
at the failed R&D center down the coast, as their building was taken over by the revolutionaries.
Or maybe
What about the people from the coalition? The so-called moralists?
Yeah. It's very unlikely the coalition forces were the ones who died here. They were always the last ones against the wall.
But they still ended up there.
To be honest, if a coalition member was anyone in this situation, it was a commandant, the superior giving the orders.
Fair enough.
cold sea wind blows away the figures.
Nice uplifting scene to get close to wrapping up the night. Alright. Oh, there's the traps. Might as well check these while we're out here.
The reeds at your feet. Looks like the same one you saw Morel set before. Same mesh, same wiring.
Let's take a look around.
Behind you, the ruins of a residential building rise over the reeds, shielding them from the wind. The reeds rustle confidently.
Let's get reach for the trap.
Locusts are crawling around in the trap, confused but uneaten. You see no carnivorous reed phasmid gorging on them.
Fair enough.
Surprise. Anyway, 1 down, 3 to go.
It'll be the next one, surely.
Surely. Anyway, the air is nice and fresh here.
He said one on the small peninsula, so that's probably over here somewhere. I would think. Maybe not. And we still gotta find our way into that one building. Maybe it's further. Oh, they left too. I mean, I expected as much. Wasn't sure when that was gonna happen. Yeah, we gotta find our way up there. Oh, here we go. Yo-ho!
And Mikhail noticed the windows, especially with how there are no windows on the south side. This was to deal with.
The blonde man stand next to his son, pointing to the weather-worn ruins. He sees you approaching and smiles.
You officers, come to investigate the historic subtext of West Martinez? I'm Tran Heilostam.
Oh, we have a historian.
It's
What a
arrived,
delight.
right? I was just telling my son about this building. Not a lot of people realize the historic significance here. Very rich in hypertext.
Nice to meet you.
Hold on. Hypertext?
Yes, hypertext. Young Carp and the collection of cultural hyperlinks.
Okay. Wait, what was that you said about the windows before?
Oh, yes. So, Mikhail, they had to deal with monitor glare, especially in the summer. They still had vector monitors back then.
Oh, yeah.
49 years ago. So they didn't have windows on the south wall.
Alright. You and Kim know each other?
No, I can't say that we've met before, but I've heard of Kim, of course. Mikhail, say hi to the officers.
He rests his hand on the boy's shoulder. The child stays hidden behind the hem of his father's coat, clutching his Vorm-themed coloring book.
Mikhail's a little tired today. We spent all night trying to run Orbis on his radio computer. Have you heard of it? It's a programming language used in Grad. Quite tricky, but he wanted to play this Grad-made adventure program. We've been getting really into Worms lately.
Alright.
The man speaks in the artificial cadence of a professor, or someone who's been on too many radio shows.
¿Por qué no los
I
dos?
assume you're not here for giant worms when there are so many real things to see. Just as I was telling Mikhail before, this is where the Coalition landed in '08. We could be standing on what is the most interesting landmark in Revachol West.
He points to the building again.
Wow, get a load of this guy. He really enjoys his trivia. The Orbis programming language was named after its inventor, Victor Orbis, a cybernetician from Grad. They run Vox in the Occidental countries.
Alright, what's so fascinating about an empty old building?
Aha! But it's not just any empty old building.
He raises his hand to his eyes, springtime sun warming his handsome face. All four of you turn to admire the mural before
What a
you.
lot of people know is this used to be the R&D department of Felt Electrical. And Felt, which now sells ink cartridges mostly, was once a top dog in the turn-of-the-century cybernetics boom.
Hold on, what's R&D?
Let's look at the building.
It looks old and weathered, with seagulls picking apart its stone and metal carcass. Bushy undergrowth has taken hold of the collapsed rooftop. Some kind of bird has set up a nest on a broken windowsill.
What's an R&D department?
Apologies, it's an acronym for research and development. They don't use it anymore.
He smiles brightly, laugh lines around his eyes.
You're probably more familiar with RTD, Research and Technological Development.
Oh, okay.
Alba, you are not familiar with that one either. This is bookhead.
Alright, I don't think I've ever heard of this Feld Electrical.
That's not surprising. Only a vestigial ink cartridge and ferrotape manufacturer remains.
He adjusts his suit
They
jacket.
started out as a midway electronics outfit in Königstein 2 centuries ago. After an aggressive move to Revachol, Feld became a global player in the emerging personal electronics market of the pre-revolutionary era.
Okay.
Still, Tricentennial was beating them in business machines. But Feld had an ace up their sleeve, or should I say they were developing an ace up their sleeve. I'm mixing my metaphors here.
What was that, Ace?
It was here in Martinez, possibly in this very building, that they developed prototypes for a tape computer.
A tape computer?
An elegant folding mechanism of rollers and ferrotape ribbons, portable enough to be a
Maybe that's something I can use the,
revolutionizing business machines, possibly even bring them to the average consumer. Which is a feat of engineering, even today's giants, Rehm, ICN, and Zahn.
maybe I can use the empty spool for something. He grins, admiring the sentence he just produced.
He assumes something like a combat stance, facing the wind.
What happened?
Indeed. What?
The revolution!
The boy wipes his nose on his sleeve.
Unfortunately, their moonshot project never made it to the market. Feld's move to Revachol backfired. The revolutionary government liquefied their assets and expropriated those very advanced prototypes. Possibly from this very building, or one of the adjacent ruins.
He pauses, pointing to the other building, then
All
continues.
of this was built by Feld, even the boardwalk. Wild Pines built Martinez proper as a resort for their middle management. Feld built this side of town for R&D.
You're saying that Feld Electrical built this boardwalk?
Yes, they even built a pleasure wheel, but that got destroyed in the war.
A pleasure wheel?
The lieutenant looks wistfully at the horizon, as if picturing gondolas rising into the sky.
To lure in their star engineers. This part of Martinez was nothing but reeds before Feld arrived. They had to make the prospect of living here attractive. It was supposed to become a global center for innovation in cybernetics. But history had other plans.
What happened to the engineers, the company people?
Oh, I'm afraid it didn't end well for the boys. but this story is a bit too dark.
Maybe those were the ones lined up against the other building.
Now, if you were to ask about tape computers,
He means that the boys got shot by the communists. The boys were bourgeois.
I feel like, as much as that would be the communism thing to do, I don't want to suck the kid in this early. Tape computers. Alright. What did the revolutionaries do with those advanced tape
They
computers?
used them for military communications, but also to write and send out press releases. The most notorious example being Le Décret de Mars.
The what?
What's the Mars Decree? I mean the radio transmission sent out to news agencies and world governments by the newly created Commune of Revachol on the 7th of March in the year 02.
A short-lived legislative foundation for a short-lived utopia.
It's a beautiful piece of text, actually. A singer-songwriter I know, Charette, called it a love poem to Revachol on her political concept album, Bon Baiser dans ce Lind. You should read it. Every local library in Revachol stocks a copy of the decree.
Really?
I tried to get Mikhail to memorize it. Tried to. Someone was much too interested in worms to be paying any attention.
The kid takes a peek at the green and silver worm on the cover of the book, already forgetting about this part of the discussion.
How did those tape computers work? Did they work like radio computers?
Actually, no one knows. No one even knows what a computer made entirely of tape would look like. But word has it, they were very elegant, exquisite, alien-looking turn-of-the-century hardware.
He raises his finger, remembering something.
Buckle up.
10 years ago, I did a little freelancing, I guess you could say. I was a special consultant for an exhibition at the
It's time for an exposition dump, I
The
guess.
same questions, and we had lengthy discussions with Paul Ockerman, who was head curator at the time. This was before the twins Keith and Guy Hughes joined the team, trying to...
Wait, did he just say Wumpty Dumpty Dom Center? He did it.
He did.
He said Wumpty Dumpty Dom Center, like it's the most natural thing in the world. What the hell is a Wumpty Dumpty Dom Center?
Why are we escalating the Wumpty Dumpty Dom Center?
Keith and Guy juiced.
Okay, the Wumpty Dumpty Dom Center. Paul Ockerman, Keith and Guy Juiced? What are you talking about?
The Wumpty Dumpty Dom Center for Contemporary Arts. The exhibition itself drew on Lagerman's notion of memory, and so there were some parallels. That's why the head curator, Paul Ockerman, chose to...
You're making this up. Kim, is he making this up?
In fact, I'm not. The Wumpty Dumpty Dom Center...
Wait, that's a thought?
Visit if you ever innovated for it, and are ever in the market for an exhibition space / contemporary art research center. But perhaps...
I mean, it has art in it, so I'll probably do it to companion with my other art
The
thing.
device itself was very elegant, fragile even. One could write directly on the tape using a special chemical solution. The machine would then analyze the handwriting, perform operations, and project output onto a white screen. It was a beautiful, delicate thing.
It's a weird way to code.
Made of black film and folding tape structures.
Cool.
Very, very cool. Though I understand the socio-economic causes of the revolution, it pains me to imagine the revolutionaries setting fire to this precious device. But so they did. The Feld playback experiment vanished into the fires of 07.
The failed playback experiment?
Yes, the official name of the prototype. Some sources report it as the Feld Playback Experience, but those are incorrect.
Yeah, that's the name of a prog album. Alright, why did the revolutionaries destroy it?
Who knows? Maybe it was an accident, or maybe they didn't want the technology to end up in the wrong hands. Either way, they're all gone now. All 3 versions of the prototype. Nothing but debris and ashes remain inside that building.
He takes a step back. The boardwalk creaks mournfully in the wind.
But of course.
Let's
what
ask about
else?
something else. Alright,
No,
thank you for all the interesting
Having
information.
me and little Mikhail here to pick your brain. A very interesting conversation indeed.
Pick your brain. If anything, this was rather one-sided. He did the talking. Whatever. You see, a once bright mural towering above you. The signage has peeled off over the years, but you can still make out Feld Electrical R&D. A slogan used to intertwine with the loops a long time ago. Now, only a shadow of peeled letters remains. It says, tomorrow is just a whisper away.
Tomorrow's just a whisper away.
Looks like tomorrow never came.
The lieutenant raises the collar of his bomber jacket. Oh, looks like we'll be able to break into that. Well, the power box. Charges nothing now. It's empty. Fence blocks the path. No way on from here? Okay. Alright. Oh. We'll put the clothes in the trash. Still looking for the jacket. Got traps to check. Okay. Oh. So what is the Wumpty Dumpty Dom Center? Thought. Okay. Hope. It's Wednesday evening and something heinously exciting is underway. People have gathered beneath the billowing roof of an oddly shaped trophy building, sipping wine and exchanging opinions. 29-year-old Wunder twins Guy and Keith Juice are the stars of the show. In their bomber jackets and white sneakers, head curators of this art exhibition. It's the Wumpty Dumpty Dumptiest event of the year, and all the cool kids of ours PV'd. Where are you, if you're not there? Okay, yeah, that's next on the list for... Oh, yeah, I went to grab the pry bar. $5. Oh, yeah. Don't mind me, just raiding the ruins. Bars cover these long, dusty windows. I'll check the beachside section later. Oh, it's the church. Makeshift roof. Vagrants have tried to make the boardwalk habitable. The tarp will keep out neither rain, nor snow, nor wind. Big wine canister. It's open and empty. Moonshine, probably. Smells like tasty fermentation.
The smell. It's awful and familiar.
What is it?
Don't you recognize it? That hideous pungency. That faintly cloying sweetness.
I have a bad feeling about whoever's on that bench.
Something cold wakes in the pit of your stomach. Fear. It is death. It must be.
Heads up, Lieutenant. Something's not right here.
The lieutenant has already brought a handkerchief to his nose.
Oh, is it doing the camera thing again? God damn it. I don't know why it's doing that. Nothing's yanking my, my mouse this time, so let me quit and back out. I just want to finish up out here. And I want to go back, listen to the song at the store. Oh. Trying to think of the best point to try to perform karaoke. Like I didn't notice if disco lights were every night or what. It's like maybe I should eat a sandwich on camera. Hold up. There we go. Yeah, we got to check around here. There's a little more beach area. There were 2 more traps to check, and then the middle ones, and then we can run back to the other area. I'm probably gonna end up taking the shack eventually once I do the mirror thing. In part just to see what's in there. Oh. Careful there, these floorboards look rotten and weak. Wait, where's the oh, okay, it's on the next one.
Tear, an empty cigarette package, and a crumpled kebab wrapper in the trash bin.
Examine the tear.
2 empty bottles of Tallulah vodka and a can of black potent porter is all you find.
Okay.
No, there's more in there. Livis strawberry liquor, plus some Pilsner bottles too. Better not pick them up. They seem unhygienic.
That's a lot of bottles.
Tragedy.
Alright. The lieutenant looks at the can, the water, eyes watering from the smell. Cigarette package.
Trusted here was a heavy smoker. The brand name reads Red Astra. Red Astra is the black market version of Astra cigarettes, known for their high tar content.
Alright. Examine the kebab wrapper.
Traces of mayonnaise and ketchup on it, as well as a tomato wedge. The wrapper reads Shish Kebab Revachol. It's no older than a day or two. No mold yet.
I'm not gonna eat the trash can
It's hard to concentrate on the
kebab.
smell. The sea air brings some relief.
Okay. Coin operator viewer's been out of order for years. Stop messing with the coin viewer and hold on to something. The wind is so strong. Oh, wait. Another one here. Long way down to your death from here. 20 meters at least. Oh yeah, that is pretty tall, isn't it? Alright.
A man lies on the boardwalk, his limbs bent and neck turned at an unnatural angle. Right next to him is an empty bottle of spirits. In his cramped hand, a chewing gum wrapper. Half of his body has slipped between the cracked boardwalk, starting with the right leg. The fall has left him broken, contorted like a sad puppet. The smell is not as bad as a 2-week-old corpse, but it's definitely heading there.
Hold on.
Lieutenant squats next to the corpse and examines his face. 2 bulging eyes stare back at him, void of any signs of life.
Reality is faintly pronounced. Whoever this is, he's been dead for 2 days. No longer. We need to investigate.
He stands up and shivers as a gust of wind blows through his bomber jacket.
Calm now. Carefully. Just another day. Just another dead body. Breathe. He's wearing mud-caked boots, beige trousers, and an old brown leather jacket with a bright blue lining. There are traces of kebab sauce on his chest. The leather jacket suits him well. It must be custom-made.
Search his
You
pockets.
find some sunflower seeds and a
Library card.
library card folded into 2. His jacket feels sodden and heavy under your hand.
Good. We should take a look at that library card after this is done.
Study the man himself.
The man has fallen through
Oh, I guess that'll serve as some form of ID.
and hit his head against the metal bench. Coagulated blood covers his black hair. One of his feet
Oh, so this was an accident.
You have to be quite inebriated to fall that bad. Well over a liter of pure ethanol. 3 bottles of wine, or 1.5 of spirits. Or maybe it was just dark.
Examine his face.
His expression is dull, like the sea behind him. Drops of water shining on his mustache. His eyes, empty and wide, look frightening in their frozen gaze. Height, 170 to 175 centimeters. Curly hair, stout build. Age, approximately 50 to 60 years.
Let's take a look around.
There's some dried blood on the metal bench, right where the corpse's head rests. The floorboards are rotten and slippery wet around the hole. An empty bottle lies nearby. A chewing gum wrapper is clutched in his fist.
Alright, examine the man's
A
head.
dried chunk of blood covers the hair at the back of his head. An open wound. It's sticky and cold to your touch. This is what killed him.
Thanks.
I don't see any other major wounds, do you?
Hard to say.
Seems like the head wound was fatal. It's exactly the shape of the bench.
Okay. Let's step on the
They
floorboards.
screech under your feet ominously. It's hard to say whether the dead man's weight was the cause of the boardwalk to break. It definitely looks fragile.
I probably should have been more assertive with the
Turning below.
head wound.
Something cracks beneath your feet. He could have easily disappeared into the sea through that hole, and you would have never found him.
Alright, examine the bottle.
A .75-liter Tallulah vodka with its cap missing. There's hardly anything left inside. It's mid-market spirits with a slight touch of menthol. The man meant to enjoy himself, have a good time.
Oof.
Tear all around us.
He looks at the two other bottles of the coin-operated viewer, and then at your yellow plastic
I'd
bag.
prefer if you didn't collect them this time. It's not proper.
That's fair. Examine the chewing gum wrapper.
Lebowski spearmint chewing gum. Green leaves on the cover. The man's mouth is half agape from the terror of the fall.
Look in.
The blackness of death. Stench. You think you see white chewing gum too. Confirmed. Nearly the whole pack is there. Solidified on his lower rear teeth.
He ate the whole pack, right? It's to cover the smell of alcohol before going home. The worst thing is, I've seen it before. Almost the same scenario. Even the chewing gum. It's always the same.
Damn.
The entire boardwalk creaks in the wind as you take a step back.
Alright, who is this man?
Looks like one of the locals. He'd have to know this spot to come here. You don't just walk over here.
He looks south, the way you came.
That's just a lazy assumption. What do you think?
At least this man knew how to party. Imagine the same scene without the bottle. Now that would be just sad.
Party beast. I think labeling him as an alcoholic is a bit premature. We don't know anything
I
yet.
do know that he was married.
The lieutenant points at the ring on the man's left hand, and the flesh around it swollen and gray. Oh shit! Is that the bookshop out front lady's husband?
But you're right. Let's not run ahead. For now, all we know is that he's an unidentified middle-aged man found dead on the Martinez boardwalk.
Fuck, I'm getting the bad feeling we're gonna have some news to break. What do you think happened here?
Death by misadventure. He slipped and fell through the boardwalk. A truly unfortunate accident. If it wouldn't have been for that bench, he'd be alive.
Alright, do you think he was drunk?
Oh, yes.
What about alcohol poisoning and liver failure?
Some symptoms of acute alcohol poisoning could have definitely played a role here. Severe confusion, respiratory depression, unpredictable behavior.
I don't think it matters that much, though.
Death arrived through head trauma, not liver failure.
What about the kebab?
What about it? The deceased ate some kebab. It's probably from a nearby place, maybe in the Pox.
Sometimes a kebab is just a kebab.
Fair enough. Someone should be held responsible for the broken boardwalk. It's dangerous.
They'll seal this place off after the news reaches the coalition officials. I doubt that they have enough resources to actually repair the boardwalk.
Yeah.
Not that sealing it off would keep anyone away. All it does is keep the city council's hands clean.
He smiles sourly. Yep. The lynching thing, it's almost
It does
definitely
seem
not
to be a
related.
pretty straightforward misadventure. Although there's still a question of identifying the body.
What should we do with him?
From where I stand, I can see two options. We either take the case and follow the leads to identify the body on our own, or we report back to the station and leave this for our colleagues to handle.
We found him. We should finish this.
Alright. We should first examine the library card you found. Then we can call the station from my kinema. Let them know we are taking the case.
Alright. We interact.
The library card is folded into two and still slightly wet to the touch. The front side reads, Central Jamrock Public Library Card, issued to Billy Mejean, expires July 53. Billy
That sounds relatively new.
could be the deceased or his family member.
We'll look at the backside first.
If lost, please return the card to the library. Dial 00502
So we have a number now.
211 or visit us at Moreau Street, 78, Jamrock.
So we'd have to call them between those hours.
1800.
Good. We should give them a call from my kinema. See if we can learn anything about Billy Mejean.
Try to get on that.
Good idea.
We get back in
There is
time.
plenty of information here to go by.
Alright, look inside.
Whoever owns this card is an avid reader. You find a list of books written in blue pencil. Radio thriller. Stand a little less between me and the sun.
That's
The
a good
last
book
on the
title.
list is The Glinton Curve by M. Theobald.
The stand a little less
The
one.
library stamp indicates that the book has been returned. Most of these titles seem to be in the sci-fi genre. Some thrillers too.
Alright. We get anything else having looked at the card?
Lies on
No.
the boardwalk. His
Okay. We're almost broken through on...
jamais
We got it.
derealization. Jamais vu, the opposite of deja vu. Not already seen, but never seen. Everything that should be familiar appears strange and new, like some half-forgotten day in your childhood. Only now. That's the feeling you've been having. And for who knows how long. You should go and ask Joyce Messier about this. What world are we in? This is a fundamental question.
Okay, that's the rich lady, Joyce. Okay. +1 XP for every orb clicked? Hell yeah! And all my intellect caps are up? Fuck! That I am so glad we took that. I'm so glad we took that. Alright, dead body on the boardwalk's on the list. What counts as intellect ones? Oh, it's all the ones that I already my highest anyway. Fantastic. Still. That was cool. Oh, step on that if we don't have to. Wiggling the right stick in case there's anything else to interact with here. Hello. Another postcard. Coin operating weighing machine. Hasn't been used in a decade. Mega Beano's prescription lenses. Vagrants have recently painted the tarp red. Water drips from it. Is that the jacket?
Someone has left an unidentifiable article of clothing on this railing. It smells really bad.
Take a closer look.
With dried seagull shit and tangled with pieces of seaweed. A dangling arm suggests that there might be a jacket beneath the crust of filth. It seems likely that it was left in the surf until someone laid it out on this fence to dry out. Unfortunately, that just seems to have stiffened it into a shapeless mass.
Please tell me you're not taking that with you.
I think this is the jacket that Idiot Doom, or the Idiot Doom Spiral guy wanted me to find.
I'm sure he'll be thrilled to have it returned.
Alright, well, take that. Can we wear it? Because that'd be hilarious. Can you just let me take the damn thing? Yeah, it looks like we can wear it, but I'm still gonna return it. Some more tear. Okay, I'm gonna check down here. Someone must have worked hard to smash the plastic dome. 2 infections.
A metal payphone under a yellow plastic dome. You could use it to call someone, unless you're out of change. You hear the tone. The machine is inoperable.
Oh, we could probably call the library
Calling.
without having to get back to the
Still
wireless.
calling. This feels wrong. Should you be doing this? End of tone. Someone picks up.
Pierre, is that you, Pierre?
There's all these ghosts on the phone. No, this is not Pierre.
Who's about Pierre?
Who's Pierre?
He's my sister's grandson. He used to visit me as a lad. Fine young man. But who are you then? A salesman of some sort? Modern goods are rubbish.
So it was just a random number. That wasn't the library number. Okay.
It's a shame what you did to our country.
The woman moans and the phone lines howl in unison with her. Okay. Alright. I'm not a salesman, I was just calling a random number, and you somehow ran with it.
It's because we are bred to be leaders. I can hear the common or mixed background from
Oh, fuck.
I just
Rich people.
wanted to be here. Have a pleasant evening, prankster.
Disconnect tone.
Alright. Dead phone. Smashed receiver like someone hung up too hard. Interesting. Rear tower motor carriage adorns these reeds. Rusty letters read Mazout. Oh, okay, this was the little bridge across that we saw earlier but didn't take. Kick drum pulse. The music is coming from somewhere on the ice. Oh, that's the church, isn't it? Oh, nope. Back up. Feel the shadow of a very large building fall on you. Nice, Captain Obvious. These rusty gears used to turn the whole machine. But before you house the engine, must have been a big one. Chain trails off into the ocean, to who knows where. This barrel has been recently discarded. Still smells of fuel oil. So we'll check in here real quick. Door, please.
An old door,
Alright.
worn by elements, guards the depot. The wind has blown a sand dune in front of it. The door hasn't been opened in a long while. You see a handle.
What is this thing anyway?
It's military. A service depot of some sort.
Use the service what?
The washerwoman mentioned a depot up the coast.
Oh, this is the one they said they couldn't get in.
Cargo across the bay. This might be it.
It may have been used to serve as an aerostatic battleship in the atmosphere, or a fortification, like a sea fort in the bay.
Alright, we're not gonna try that yet. But you know that's there then. I feel like there might be some tools that help my interfacing for that too, so. Just sworn I saw one more highlighted thing over here. There we go. Oh, shirt. What kind of shirt we get? Okay, we can't wear that one. Fine. We can interact with it though.
As you hold it in your hands, it makes an uncomfortable crunching sound.
Man, how did this jacket get so disgusting?
It's a sordid, filthy tale, not for the weak. Are you sure you can stomach it?
Let's go.
Some secrets are better left uncovered. Don't even try. Seriously.
We're gonna think about
It
it.
occurs to you that you're not even holding the jacket itself, but rather the thick crust of jetsam and seagull shit that ensconces it.
Good word.
It smells like a dead sea creature, tangled in grey strands of seaweed. It must have spent quite some time in the water before the tide deposited it ashore.
When did you lose this thing then? Gross.
Why? Why did you think about it? Look at your hands. They're covered in muck.
I'm not waving my hands in my pants. Flick your hands.
Now you're just flicking that shit everywhere. This is a disaster. You'll never get the smell out.
That's the peninsula trap.
A familiar apparatus lies among the reeds, another one of Morel's traps, weighed down by stones to keep it in place. The reeds sway
Take
in
a
the
look around.
coastal breeze. They seem to be waiting for something.
Alright.
The wind picks up here, near the cape's end, surrounding the narrow strip of land from 3 cardinal directions. It's cold for this time of year. This
the
trap
trap?
is also full of panicked locusts. No sign of any cryptozoological beast inside.
Another empty trap.
Alright. How are you enjoying the cardio, Lieutenant? I'm quite enjoying it myself.
Always up for a good jog. Otherwise, would I still be on this case with you?
He smiles and raises his collar. It's windy. It's fucking windy. Cigarette butts cleared away on a rock. Brand Teal... how cheery. Someone's made a campfire here a long time ago. Rusted, broken control box for the radio relay tower. Ladder's too rusty to climb. The sea air is eating away at it. Scented scarf. Tiny inlets here. In the far distance where the posts trail toward. Okay. At some point, I'm almost definitely going to level up from the orb checks. Take a little note. Tio Mutiri. Seems important somehow. So is the scarf wearable then? Looks like it. Okay. Oh, this postcard. This one has hell written on the back. Can't be further from the truth. It's the boom years in Couron, the nicest district in Vervishal West. Let's enjoy a sun-drenched day. Tall and handsome buildings rise from the riverside. Steel, iron, and yellow limestone, with cloud shadows sliding on the facades. Okay, what do we get here? We got the new glasses. Lower perception, but... Okay, who's the idiotic idea we're square and beige plastic frames anyway? Beige color does not look good on anyone. Not to mention that seeing the world through these exceedingly thick lenses feels almost nauseating. Alright. White polo shirt. What's polo anyway? The shirt looks worn and smells a bit. You can't help but wonder, who would leave it stuffed in a tear container? What kind of man would even wear a polo shirt? It's one of life's mysteries that will never be solved. Okay. Oh, +1 shivers. Okay. This light springtime scarf smells like men's cologne mixed with cheap laundry detergent. Someone must have left it behind, probably from a date. Or if you want to delude yourself that spring has arrived. I like the color, though. I also like having a bow just to shivers. Okay, I wanted to see if that like affected your vision of the game, which would have been funny, but also very annoying. Just your stats. That's fine. Alright, where are we going? Get like shades back. Alright. Okay, we're pretty thorough about that. Over and around. Gotta go through here. Let me zoom out. Yeah, so we're not going to try to break into that until I either get more jacked or... Alright, we got the church, and I know there's a fair amount going on in there. I kind of want to scoot back in the evening, I guess? Oh. Sign reads Swamp Broom 1147. Let's go return the jacket, and oh, we can give that guy the beer too. Dusty pews in the shadows. Many seem to be missing. An altar shrouded in dark, or something like that. It's too dark to tell. Full of holes. Could the post hide treasure? Look inside. That's 2 beers. That's all the posts on this side we can interact with. Oh. Oh, we need some change. Damn it. Give me that. Let me zoom in a little bit. There we go. Alright, oh, hey, we're paid for almost 2 days. Well, that's good, I guess. For your drawbridge, it can only be lowered from the other side. School fish huddle around the fence post. They then scatter into the dark. Right, we have no way of getting over there, at least not yet. At least not from this side, I should say. Oh, what's this? We go on the sandbar, I guess. Who bagged you from the rust-colored water? You. Thought maybe those barrels would be something, unless those were ones we checked already. Oh yeah, we never looked into the window from down here, if it'll let me. It won't. Okay. Alright, we talked to the kids already. Alright, let's give the jacket back.
Tequila sunset.
Found your jacket.
Tequila. I knew you'd come through. That's fucking great, man. Let me see. What? This isn't my jacket. My jacket was beautiful. This is fucking filthy. What am I supposed to do with this?
I'm sorry, I found it like this.
I'm not taking a disgusting pile of hobo rags. I may be in
Maybe I can go take it to the washroom and get cleaned up.
I've still got standards.
Nah.
Either bring it back the way it was before, or find a dumpster to burn it in.
He hands it to you.
You know, despite the guano, it looks like the jacket itself is stain resistant. It may just need a good scrubbing.
Yeah, okay, it's probably the laundry. We gotta go up and around. Oh yeah, duck, because she's north of the concrete place.
The old woman still hums her unknown song. She opens her eyes to acknowledge your presence. There's a gap where the name of that song should be. You should ask her about it right now.
Alright, what's the song you're humming?
A lullaby my mother used to sing. I sang it to my kids too. It's an old Samaran children's song.
What's it called?
Surrender to the night.
She replies, slowly rocking back and forth.
That's kind of grim for a children's song, even if it is a lullaby.
Sounds nice.
Yes, it does.
Alright, I found that jacket I was looking for, but it's filthy. Could you wash it for me?
I can wash it for you. But it's going to take about a half an hour. Think you can stay put for that long?
I guess.
Could use a breather. It's been another track and field day.
Lieutenant says, rubbing his thigh. Yeah, I'll wait.
Well, hand it over then, and I'll see what I can do. Must say, I'm proud of this one. It's pretty nice underneath.
Oh, it took about 15 minutes, actually.
I hope you take better care of it than its last owner.
Alright, goodbye. I'm off. Okay. Oh, it is a fallen windbreaker. You know what? I'm going to return it.
Tequila sunset.
Okay, here's your jacket. Fresh washed.
My jacket?
Yeah, the one you had me clean the seagull shit off of?
Look of consternation crosses the man's face. He looks at
All right.
you, then at his bottle, then back at you.
All right.
What the fuck are you talking about, Tequila?
So you're saying this isn't your jacket?
That's medium concept stuff.
Oh, well, I guess I get to keep the jacket.
I can't believe I'm saying this, but maybe you should lay off the booze.
What an asshole.
Fucking with your head.
It becomes abundantly clear to you how this man managed to lose his keys, business, friends, and girlfriend.
Fuck this
I'm
guy.
calling it. It's neurological.
Alright. You're lost. I'm keeping the jacket for myself.
That shit is so medium concept, I wouldn't touch it with a stick. But yeah, okay. I'm sure it looks great on you.
It's an okay jacket, if you are into that look.
Alright. Got you some more booze. Can you tell me the next story now?
Of course. Drink first, story later.
He holds out his palm. Here, I've got a potent Pilsner.
Not much, but it will do.
He grabs the bottle from your hand and uncorks it immediately.
The tale I'm about to tell you is an urban legend particular to Martinez. That said, I first heard it from a former bicycle courier in Coron.
Well, we are going to leave you with a bit of a cliffhanger while I run, hopefully, the last ad for the night. We'll probably get the stories for this and the other bottle I got, and then we're back to town to see what else I can get done.